fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Deletha. I am Travis. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for hockey. Never mind. Just kidding. AEW Dynamite's going to be on tonight. We got a Daniel Bryan, what's his name? Timothy Thatcher match. Looks like right now we're starting it out with John Moxley.
What's his name? I don't know. Alcoholic.
Amoxicillin.
Oh, he's got his little group of people, I guess.
The Combat Club, of course they're going to have Wheeler Yuta on there. That's what's wrong with AEW. Literally, he's one of the problems.
He makes me want to leave.
Moxley or Wheeler?
Both of them.
I don't mind Moxley. He's kind of a dipshit in real life, but the wrestling aspect of him is fine.
We've got Sophie in the chat and Walter in the chat. Hey, Sophie. Hey, Walter. We also have Chris Akane in the chat. Hey, Chris. Sophie in the chat and Walter in the chat. Hey. And we have Janelle with us. Hey, Janelle. Luke is with us tonight. Hey, Luke. How's it going?
So on here, they're all the same color.
Yeah. I don't know why they're all different colors.
Except
Luke's, right?
No, it just has a wrench next to it.
Oh.
So is everybody just a little bit different?
Well, yours is different. Like, yours is
I don't have one, so I don't know what you're talking about. But if I did have one, it would be Wrestling Gabs, and that takes a minute.
Well, I bet Wrestling Gabs, that's what I meant by yours is different. I bet. Type something. Say hello.
Are we in there?
Yes. Yeah, it just comes up as yellow and stuff.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Everybody on our thing's like a different color now. It's really weird and obnoxious, and I hate it already.
Yeah, and trust me, I did not do that. I didn't set that up. It just did it. On my phone, it's not like that.
Why does YouTube have to change it? It hurts my aesthetics.
Ooh, Adam Page.
I don't
Did you say it hurts my stomach?
It hurts my aesthetics.
Oh, aesthetics.
I don't like it. I hate it on another level of hate. You know, it's not that way on your phone. Like Travis was like looking on his phone at the chat, but it's not that way. Anyways, it looks like we started John Moxley and whatever this guy is.
I didn't hear a bell.
No, he came down and they're fighting. Oh, it's Hangman. I didn't know who it was. That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is the rubber match.
Anyways, we have Eric the Yeti out there. Hi, Eric. As I said, Luke's with us. Ravi is with us. It makes it annoying, and I have no idea.
Without looking for the wrenches.
I have to, look for wrenches now and names.
Is there a way to change it?
It wasn't that way.
Is there 3 dots in the top corner on the right-hand side?
There is.
See if there's, a color.
Participants.
Sorry. Are you guys at home seeing a lot of different colors in people?
It doesn't do anything. That just gives you a list of who's in there. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. That was pretty neat. Spy on you guys. He really is in here. No,
it might be easier to go through.
Anyways, let's see. Sophie said hi earlier. Walter said hey. Travis and Daphne. Sophie's like, tomorrow is my 38th
I guess this
B-Day.
match started. I didn't start a clock, but the referees.
I don't think it started. I think the ref's like, you got to get in there so we can start this match. Never heard a bell. Anyways, happy early birthday, Sophie. Walter says AEW Taz and Tony Caliber on commentary. Walter said I played bingo, Daphne. It didn't win. Sorry, Walter. Hopefully you get another chance. Sophie's talking about Netflix. Made everyone hate them more. Getting rid of password sharing. And if you go on a trip, it will let you go on Netflix. But if you go on a trip, you have to find a service code. And they let you on Netflix for a week. Oh. Sophie's like, Raw got 2.1 million viewers this past week. Chris says, hey, Travis and D. And Janelle said hi.
Hello.
Luke says, hi, Trav and D. Just Letha. Just letting you know, I sent you a Twitter DM to update you guys, okay? I'm not on the Twitter, so Travis will have to do it.
How long ago? Was it today?
Plus a link explaining exactly what Netflix is doing. Sweet. learning.
I'm about always on there, but I never see any messages.
All right.
But I can go look.
So he said, did you hear about Paramount Plus and Showtime are going to merge into one streaming service?
I did not.
That's hilarious.
I have both, and I pay for one anyways. They give you the other one, I think.
Eric the Yeti is in the chat. Hey, Eric, I don't know if you're still around, but hello. Sorry I missed you earlier. Walter says John Moxley for the win. Robbie says, yo, what up, D and Travis? Sophie said, I look at what Netflix is doing a couple of times, and I still don't understand it. Robbie says, Moxley ain't ramping. And Luke says, YouTube changed looks again. I hate it. Right? Sophie's like, what do you mean by changed looks? Looks like YouTube changes things without needing updates. Why they being sneaky? Robbie says, D, no one likes change, but it's calm for me. It's not about liking change or not liking change, Robbie. It's what they changed it to. It is so annoying to have everybody's name a different fucking color.
It's like that on this one, too.
Like, it's like fucking Rainbow of Stupid right now. And I fucking hate it. Like, I liked it better when everybody's shit was just everybody's shit. And that's it. Like, everybody was the same. Let's see. Walter's like, it's colors of letters on your screen. Yes, looks like a wrench. Robbie's like, no,
there's the bell.
No
there's
different.
The bell, guys.
Oh, look, the match finally started.
The match is underway.
Looks like I'm on mobile, so no weird colors. Exactly, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on mobile, so you don't see them. Robbie's like a screwdriver wrench. Walter's like, go Moxley, win, hurt Paige. Oh, God, Walter, that's mean.
We don't want people to get hurt.
I don't want him to hurt Paige. In fact, I'd rather him hurt Moxley.
And isn't Paige the babyface? Is that Walter going against the babyface?
Walter just likes John Moxley, I'm sure. He probably has always liked him. It looks like 40 minutes ago when he sent that information.
Yeah, I haven't been on there in the last 40 minutes.
Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vindicator says, hello. What do you know? We're ready to go. How's it going, Travis? Alethea. Thanks. Daz says, yo, Robbie, how are you doing today, my friend? And we have Daz in the chat. Hey, Daz. Sophie says, I'm on mobile as well. I don't see any difference. Vindicator says, Luke, what are you up to tonight? Walter says 2 weeks away. Wednesday turned 48 after
Moxley
Valentine's.
Moxley is bleeding, guys.
Nice, Walter. Turning some 48, huh? Sweet. Got all kinds of birthdays happening. It's McKenna's birthday today. I wished her a happy birthday over Snapple chats.
Did you? Did she answer you?
She said, sent me back a thing of grateful. I didn't text her. I just sent a emoji thing. Yeah. And then, let's see, my birthday is next Wednesday. I have to deal with this garbage for my birthday. God damn.
Nothing wrong with this garbage.
I might have to.
Is that the Iron Man match? Is that when that one is?
I don't know. I'll probably have to unalive myself for that one.
You can't unalive yourself on your birthday. That's
Why
weird.
not? Daz says, who do you think will win the main event, Darby or Joe? Oh, Jesus.
Darby.
Let's hope it's Darby, because I don't want to see the other one win it. Looks like just checking in for a bit then before I go back on Father Bird duty. LOL.
It's always fun.
Vindicator says, we're all equal colors. That's why I want you to be, but on my page you're not. Robbie's like, does it feel like you're tripping reading the chat in colors?
The words are all white. It's just that the
everybody's name is different
a little bit different. Everybody's.
Well, like
there are some blues. Is that the mods?
Yes, the dark blue, like SmackDown blue. Are
like
the
it
mods.
used to be.
Like it's always been.
Yeah, that's tough. We got ourselves a banger here. Do you like that word? Banger?
Doesn't that mean fucking?
Maybe in Europe, but in America, it just means...
Or is it just a party?
It's a good one. Like, it's happening. It's legit, whatever word you want to use there. It's a banger. You could say, I want to bang her.
Oh.
But that would be sexual.
Well, there's no Daphne will rant on colors. I'm just cool. Well, if you were looking at what I was looking at, you guys would probably be like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
The fuck?
What the fuck? The fuck? Like what's happening in our freaking match right now? The fuck? What the fuck?
They're selling tickets way down the road. By the way, the next pay-per-view is March 5th for them.
March 5th.
So everybody knows March 5th is Revolution. So I don't know if Daniel and MJF are going to go that long with their feud with that Iron Man match coming up.
Who knows? I don't know. Vindicator's like, Happy Father's Day, Luke. Sophie says they announced the Paramount Plus and Showtime merger yesterday.
So I also read with that Showtime might be getting rid of boxing because of it, which is fine because that's what HBO did too. It just is like, who's going to take over that spot? Stars or something?
ESPN.
Yeah, but it's not a pay channel. But I guess they could. But they already have boxing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's dumb if they do.
Because
they'll lose a lot of people.
PBC boxing is like Earl Spence, and then
there's like 4 little TVs left right now.
I know.
It's creepy.
Should I do 2 other picture-in-pictures so we should have all 4? So there's 8.
Yeah, that's just funny.
Jon Moxley to the outside. Anyways, this is the rubber match. We got Jon Moxley out there with Adam Pac-Man Page. Oh, big punch to the face. Page getting back into the ring to break the count. Referee stops the count. Now he comes back to the barricade. Slap. Woo!
Yeah. Woo and stuff.
Woo!
Ha! Let's see. Luke says, Vin, I've been a father since last week, but things went awry, so we all still here. Good.
So, with that Impractical Jokers or whatever, it's been on forever. Like at least 7 years. Right? So, it is so unpopular that they can still do it.
I guess.
Because nobody knows who those 3 people are.
It's kind of like The View. It's so unpopular, but they still have it on TV. Yeah, the people say very inappropriate, rude things that are offensive to every single human, but they're still there.
Well, I don't care if somebody's offensive.
I mean, they're offensive to everybody. I'm not talking about, and their stupidity reigns supreme for some reason. So, and they're still there, so why not Impractical Jokers? Same thing.
It's not what I'm saying. I don't know who's on The View or whatever, but I would assume, if it's popular like you're saying it is, that if they went out in public, people would know who they were. That's my point. Is these guys have been on TV for 7 years, and yet they can still pull their practical jokes because nobody knows who they are, like by their face.
Yeah, it's because they're not like celebrities.
Well, that's what I'm getting.
Oh, look, he's giving him a back massage.
That's nice.
It's really
that was
sweet
almost
of him.
Like a deep tissue.
He's like, oh.
He's like, this is what Renee does.
Hangman's like, I got a bad itch right there. Can you get that for me?
Lower.
He's like, oh yeah, bite it, bitch, bite it.
Ew, don't put me in your mouth. That's disgusting.
He did that.
You're a boy.
He bit his back. It's so fucking weird. They're like, hey,
now Paige biting his blood.
They're like, hey, we're back from our break. You guys should probably act like you care. The audience is just like completely dead. What the fuck?
Well, they're like, why's that man got his body in his mouth?
What is happening?
I don't even know what state they're in, but I'm sure it's a bunch of classy fans out there.
So weird.
Oh, Jon Moxley all bloody.
Right. Seems like the problem with this new Netflix thing, it stinks for people that won't be home for a certain amount of time. Well, they'll find out real quick, Netflix, how well that goes for them.
So, question. Can you just pay for the extra $1 or whatever and watch it anywhere or share it? Because that's what they're doing in South America. They just have them pay like 75 extra cents or something.
Right. Robbie's like, many happy returns to you 38 next week. Whatever,
boom!
Dude,
Drops him down on his head.
Vindicator's like, just gotta push through it, Luke. Good things will always wait for you on the other side. Walter says, I'm having cake open presents, but got to work. Good news, I get a free cupcake at work. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's really nice of him to do that for your birthday, Walter.
Diabetes.
Sweet. Diabetes. Oh, he needs some diabetes? Here's some free cupcake for you. Looks like unaliving yourself on your birthday sounds like good symmetry, right? I was born and then I died. Hassan says, hi there, guys. Happy February. How are you feeling tonight? Fantastic. Good. As Vindicator says, feeling good. Hassan, looks like banging means effing, not banger. Oh, my bad. Sophie's like, I'm jealous that Daphne gets to watch wrestling on her B-Day. Sophie, no, you're not. You don't even like AEW. You're not jealous. And I don't. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm just going to close my eyes.
In protest.
I'm gonna go like this. Just read the chat and that's it.
I just put a screen up right
Yeah, what's going on? I have no idea.
Put you at the desk the other way. Facing
yes.
this way. So people at home just see the back of your head.
Like, what the fuck is she doing? Not watching.
It's a protest.
It's a protest silent one.
We could let her just play video games over off to the side.
Right. Dad says, talking about video games. Yeah, because what's it comes out that week? The day before. Hogwarts Legacy comes out the day before.
Should we do Hogwarts Legacy instead of watch wrestling next Wednesday? You guys excited about Hogwarts Legacy?
Is anybody?
Fuck yeah, that game's the #1 selling game right now. And it's
no, I meant like anybody in our chat.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
I know you are excited for me to play it.
We'll probably play it.
Justin Martinez in the chat. Hey,
Justin.
Justin says, why don't you stream NXT on Tuesdays? See, I almost missed that one because it's the same color as another person.
Right.
So I thought I read it. Because I was like, oh, it's a color, so I don't have to worry about it anymore.
All right. Anyways, we just don't do it out of time constraints. We just didn't want to be on here every day of the week.
This is not my life.
I mean, it would be kind of fun. If it would go down to a 1-hour show, probably do
This is my hobby, not my life. Looks like having been a mod and streamer on YouTube for a long time, when they make changes, they tend to go overboard. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it looks like a Christmas tree. Like the bulbs on a Christmas tree.
Right.
Each one's different.
Daz says, when's Chamber?
18th.
Elimination Chamber is the 18th of February. Walter says, okay, at 9:15 my time, I'm going. I'll be here Friday for SmackDown. I'm still in chat watching AEW.
It's a Saturday, and it's in America, so it'll be at
Sunday
8
night
p.m.
for you.
Eastern.
Or Sunday morning. Ravi says, Daz think Jamie was chilling with the kids. Sophie says, I don't see any colors. Vindicator says, Dalitha doesn't like the word banger. See if you can change your mind. Ravi, we know Ayla can't do it.
Isn't a banger also like a food in Europe?
Yeah.
Like a sausage and bangers or something?
The banger is the sausage.
Oh, never mind. I don't know.
Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. Sausage and potatoes.
So it means it's a sausage wrestling match if you do banger.
Dad says, I know he's live tomorrow. Ravi. Vindicator says I'm colorblind too, Sophie, and it's not a benefit. Ravi says Vindy doesn't think I use real words. Sophie says, I think that Iron Man match is happening at the... See, I probably missed something. Ravi says, oh, banger means it's good, cool. See, I missed that one. Anyway, Sophie says, I think that Iron Man match is happening at that AEW pay-per-view. Walter says Sunday on...
They're waiting that long? I thought it was like this month. I thought it was next week.
Hassan says, so what are you guys doing today? Well, I worked.
Watching wrestle.
And now I'm working again.
This isn't work.
Yes, it is. Vindicator says, I'm watching AEW. Sophie says, with this Paramount Plus Showtime merger, I wonder what that means for the Hulu Showtime deal.
Yeah, I mean, everything will change, but they'll have to let their contracts run out or buy them back. That's what NBC did with, what was the name of that show that they used to do? Seinfeld. They bought it from Netflix.
Oh.
Or was it The Office? It was The Office.
The Office.
They bought The Office back so they could put it on Peacock.
Yes.
When Peacock went to launch. They bought it back for like $300 million or something.
Hassan says, cool, man, cool. Vindicator's like, very cool. And Sophie's like, Dr. Phil is ending after 21 seasons. That's probably good because he's been a fraud for 21 years.
He ain't a fraud.
Yes, he is. He's not a real doctor. Lies.
He's
Walter's
got a doctorate.
He's not a doctor, though.
He's got a PhD.
No, he doesn't.
Player 8 degree.
No. Walter says, Fast and Furious movie coming out. Another one? What is this, like the 20th?
No
Jesus.
way. 10? Is this 10? Are we reached 10 finally?
Hassan says, well, I like your Gill smile.
Oh, you know what would be cool?
Emoji smile. Got it.
You know what it would be cool? Is if they did it, if it is 10, it's just an X.
Vindicator says, but I will stop watching AEW when Daniel McDanielson music hits. Walter says, blood, yes, ECW. Chris says, tried that Mountain Dew Pitch Black. It basically just tastes like grape Fanta soda. Disgusting.
That sounds like the worst thing I've ever heard of.
Did
you say grape?
Yeah, grape. Grape grass. So if it's like, guess who retired again for the second year in a row today? Tom Brady.
Tom
Hopefully
Brady, I watched it
sticks
this morning.
to it.
Yeah.
Oh, is it because he's a loser?
It's because he's 45.
Loser. He should have fucking retired when he retired the first time. Dumbass. Looks like Trav in my Twitter DM, I sent you a link to exactly what Netflix is doing. It will help you understand. Okay, we'll have to read it. Ravi says 27 D-Raw. You looking younger than me am these days, right? Hassan says, I like that t-shirt you're wearing.
That's you. I don't wear t-shirts.
Thanks.
There's one right there.
Chris says, a little hate watching. Hassan says, you guys don't have to close your eyes. I'm here. Oh, thanks.
Dun, 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 dun.
That makes it so much better. Walter's like, go Moxley, win it for Renee, your girlfriend. I think they might be married.
Yeah, they have a child.
I don't think that constitutes as married.
They could have got a divorce and they're dating now.
Oh, shit. So they got married, had a kid, got divorced, and now they're just dating.
Right.
Just kidding. Chris says, might get. Dad says, are you doing the Great Muta final match? No.
When is it? Oh, shit. That was brutal. 2 and 3. No! Moxley kicks out. When is Muta's last match and who's it against? What the hell's going on here? I thought he already did it. I thought his last match was at that Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I thought he died over there.
Oh, would you stop?
Of diabetes.
I will tell you that I actually love the Great Muta. I might talk shit about a lot of the Japanese wrestlers, but not that one.
Yeah,
here it comes. Buckshot Lariat, guys.
Is it happening? Where? This it? Where?
Here it comes. If he hits it, it's over. I
feel like I'm behind.
There it is. He hit it. 1, 2, 3. No, Moxley kicks out.
He didn't make it. Oh,
it's because he doesn't do it as good as Logan.
Yeah, probably.
Logan does a better buckshot lariat.
Vindicator says Dalitha brings up diabetes so much she is almost bringing me closer to giving up sugar. But then life will become 95% less interesting. Hassan says, yes, I am excited for you guys.
Woo! Anyways, did anybody answer the question about when Great Muta?
I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm waiting.
Moxley got him! Moxley wins! Moxley wins!
Of course he did. Luke says, I watched a couple streamers play it. The story seems cool, but the graphics are not that impressive.
You're talking about Hogwarts Legacy?
Yeah, I think he's talking about Hogwarts Legacy. Those graphics are like so not cool. They're like 2010 graphics. Luke.
Shit looks legit to me. I watched the walkthroughs or whatever. Whoa.
Did the couple streamers like get the exclusive or something because they're like gamers? Chris says Travis just like Tiffany Stratton from NXT. Rob is like, I'm jealous that Dia's watching wrestling on birthday. Gross, no. Vindicator says I hate games with terrible graphics. Jude is in the chat. Hey, Jude says, I see Ember Moon returning to challenge Bianca. What do you think about it?
Ember Moon, is she not under contract with the AEW anymore? And no, I don't see that happening, but she could come back. I wouldn't be surprised if H didn't bring her back.
Gross. Chris says, plus Travis, do you know now that Kaylee Ray, a.k.a. Alba Fire, joined the other redhead Isla Dawn? I knew they would become a tag team because they both red hair.
That's pretty funny. No, I'll have to check it out. I did record it. I will actually probably go watch that.
Walter's like, happy birthday, Dad. My birthday's next Wednesday, Walter. I'm pretty sure you'll be here. Dad says, isn't it from Canada? I mean, Chamber.
Yeah, I think it is in Canada.
Yes. Devin is in the chat. Hey, Devin says, all man don't end in a stupid way. Sophie says, what are you guys planning for this weekend?
I am looking forward to watching some ladies boxing.
Yeah, that. Walter says, geez, hardcore match, great wrestling.
On DAZN.
Chris says, oh shit, Bailey and the Riff Raff live on Twitch. She's streaming What's Her Name, Dakota Kai, but on Twitch she calls herself Charlie. Luke says Charlie is Dakota's real name. Devin says,
that's the name of my bird.
John Moxley came in the ring, don't.
Because I didn't know what sex it was.
Tom, still don't know what he is.
That's what I said.
Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas says, hey guys, what's up? Not much,
Oh,
Thomas.
not a
How
whole
are
lot.
you?
How are you doing, boss?
Sophie says, no, I have to think about what is my fave show or movie to watch for my B-Day tomorrow. The problem is that the people I'm celebrating with might not like it. You know what, Sophie? It's not their day.
Well, you know what?
Treat yourself.
The show you want to watch, I'm going to watch it also, is Groundhog's Day.
You're going to watch it all day?
No, I'm just going to
Is
watch it
it on
once.
all day?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's on a channel all day.
It's in my calendar.
I hope it's on all day.
I'm sure it is on one channel.
Dad says against Sting and Darby Allin. Chris says, D, you would love the rant this YouTuber by the name of Joe Cronin show. He went off and ranted on Mia Yim and her stupid nickname and said no one cares, but used more colorful language. You would love it, D.
Yeah, because it's true.
It's just the truth, and the truth is always more fun than telling lies. Walter says, new day on NXT pay-per-view this Saturday. Good matches, Braun Breaker.
Oh, there is a pay-per-view this Saturday. I might watch that.
Ew, I'm not watching. Don't make me watch it.
You don't have to do whatever you want to do.
Oh, do I? Do I get the big TV?
This is a pretty big TV if you want.
No.
We'll put up a
You
gaming
can watch
system.
it in here.
Put up a gaming system for you.
You can watch it in here, and I get the other TV. You can listen to it through headphones, and I can turn my shit up really loud out there.
Turn it on.
No.
You don't watch TV anyways. You look at your phone.
Whatever. I try to watch TV, but I can't watch things I want to watch because you're like, I don't want to watch that.
Said no one ever.
Said you all the time.
I'm trying to get you to play video games. Ruin your life, but you won't.
Devin is too old. My life's already ruined, Travis.
You're too late.
Too late. You're too late. So it's like, I wish wrestling falls on my birthday. That's why I said was jealous. Oh. Well, next year.
Have you seen that Jordan Grace, that girl? Have you seen her lately?
Oh, did she finally get soft?
No, not even close.
Is she more gross than she has been?
Would you let me finish?
Sure. Tell me all about it instead of saying something and then wanting me to answer something.
Have you seen her? That's a yes or no, not asking questions.
I don't get on anything to see her.
Okay. Anyways, no, she got big. You know how she got really big? She's kind of fat. And then she lifted, remember? And then she got she turned into this weird looking monster thing. She's lean now, super lean, but she looks feminine now. Oh. Even though she's muscly. But she got thin, her waist is small. And her curves are kicking. I'm not thinking about sticking to the beanpole dames in a magazine.
Ew.
But anyways, no, I was like, is that really her? Huh. I had to look at her 2 or 3 times. She didn't look like the same human being. But she looks like a bodybuilder. She's muscly like that, but she's super lean and she's got shape. Where before she was just kind of, I don't know what you'd call it.
Fluffy with muscle?
Yeah, everywhere though.
Fluffy muscle? She looked like a butch marshmallow.
Why is Jamie Hayter out there with those guys? Thank you for agreeing to know if it's a calidator in this interview.
That's her honey bunny right there. That's her husband.
I'm talking about Jamie Hayter, not the bunny.
Maybe they're having a competition of who could be weirder.
Well, I know.
Yeah, she's not going to back down from no challenge. Walter's like, Moxley won good match. Ravi says bangers are known as sausages. Bangers and mash with onion gravy is the lick.
See how much different she looks? Mm-hmm. Like she's feminine now, even though she's muscly.
Weird.
That's funny. That was the first one on my list. They heard us talking about her.
Gross. Sophie says some watch-along channels do watch all the wrestling programs all week.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's not my life.
She likes to do that.
I like to do other things. I like to have a life. I like to not be on this. I like to not watch wrestling. Devin says, do one more match, but at last man standing. Jude says, any update on Chris Masters?
Listen. I don't know anything about Chris Masters.
Listen.
The Beverly Brothers. That didn't rhyme.
That didn't rhyme either.
No. He was lost there, but the first part was funny.
It's that little kid's 10th birthday. He wants to be scissored.
Scissor Daddy.
Poor little kid.
He's fighting two men in their midlife crisis. Started out fire.
Jude wants to know if there's any update on Chris Masters.
I don't know anything about Chris Masters. What do you mean an update? Like, is he going to sign somewhere?
Is he dying?
Well, I know that he posted on Twitter a few weeks ago that he did not get an invite to the Royal Rumble. That's all I know. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't even know him.
Exactly. So
I don't know why he's crying about it, though. Who cries about, I didn't get an invite to the Royal Rumble. Like, oh, poor guy. Weird. Well, it's like, oh, oops, early on B-Day wish. Yeah, Walter. I'm just kidding. So it was like, what do you mean by colors? All of them.
Who are these guys?
Harley's in the chat. Hey, Harley says, hey, Sarah, I'm late. What's up, everyone?
Name? Who are the guys in the teal?
Beverly something, maybe?
No,
the Beverly Hills?
Brothers was a band that was like a country band. But I don't know who these guys are. They look excited. Oh, they're going to scissor each other.
Is that guy going to pee his pants? Oh, good God, indeed.
They did it. They're scissoring. Man. Truth Magnum?
Something Floyd?
So Floyd and Manson? Magnum, sorry. It's a G, not an F. I just wrote it. All right. Bowens drops down on Magnum. Oh, Billy's in there. Is he going to turn on him here pretty soon?
I hope not in this situation.
I hope they don't turn on.
Screw job is happening.
It's perfect. I mean, have him almost beat Roman.
Screw job.
That's the way to go about it.
Do the screw job. I hope it's a screw job in Montreal. We've seen that happen before.
Well, that didn't last very long.
Walter's like, Chris Masters is on NWA. Oh, okay. I don't know that. Devin's like, are you guys looking forward to Super Bowl game?
No. I don't like either of the teams in it.
Nope.
Here comes the Guns. Austin.
These guys. The ass guys or whatever.
And
so
Colt.
he's like, why don't you watch Impact?
I just never have. I mean, I could say that. Even when Hogan went there, I wasn't watching it.
Robbie's like, Diane is Dee's real name. So he says a lot of shows do come back to Netflix after a while. Not a lot of them will anymore, Sophie.
Well, if they're Sony, yes.
Robbie says, Sophie, who has the time to waste watching Impact? Right, Robbie. There you go. Chris says NXT Vengeance Day. Sophie says Cheers is on Paramount Plus and Peacock. Robbie says, D, why don't you go out on Saturday night instead? What?
Why don't you go out on Saturday night instead of sitting home and watching TV on the big TV?
Because I don't have any friends.
She's friendless.
I have no friends. I have no real friends outside of this room.
Yo.
I was like, D, stop hogging the TV, man. Sophie's like, I noticed some shows are almost on every streaming service. Chris says, yes, she actually is even more jacked. Sophie says, I like that hat that Travis is wearing.
The steak one?
The one he's always worn.
Same hat.
You're silly. Chris says, now she is skinnier but lean. It's so weird.
Yeah, she looks like a totally different person.
Robbie says, D, man, I'll be kind to Travis. Never. Walter's like, The Rock's daughter is on NXT. She sure is, Walter.
She is.
Robbie says, D defo got shape, yo. Yeah? Sophie's like, with this new Netflix thing, I wonder how many subscribers they have lost. Walter says, Jamie Hayter talking to Bunny. Devin says, what title is she holding? Devin, Jamie Hayter has the women's AEW title.
She is the women's champion. Like the main women's champion.
Walter's like, yes, fight, poor Baker. They're acclaimed for the win. Funny rap. Robbie says, Tony Storm is a bum. Chris says, LOE, why is DMD a babyface? Sophie says, I hate games. That has a very long play time. Robbie says, what happened to Matthew from the chat?
I don't know. We haven't seen him in a while. He disappears and comes back all the time.
Ayla happened to him.
Ayla scared him off.
Ayla did it. Literally, that's why he's not here. It's kind of her fault. Devin says the Acclaimed are my favorite tag team. Jude says, what do you think about Paul Heyman versus Hornswoggle? I think that's weird. And why? Devin says, is Paige a heel or a baby face?
They're heels now. They were baby faces 2 weeks ago. And then
we're having a family crisis in the ring right now.
You guys go ahead and beat the shit out of each
Daddy
other.
Ass is like, I'm done. I'm leaving.
Daddy Ass is leaving.
That's family therapy for you. Robbie's... Oh, Lord. Robbie says, oh, scissors be daddy. What a chant. Chris says, oh, Rock would destroy both Acclaimed scissoring jabroni candy asses. Thomas says, time for some vegan pasta bolognese. Yeah, some vegan pasta. That sounds gross. How can it be bolognese if it's vegan? Bolognese has meat in it. Walter's like, quick match win. Sophie says, I like video games that are easy to beat. Walter's like, the Acclaimed won. Jude says, I see Edge as a future NXT champion. Oh, God, poor Edge.
Why would you want Edge in NXT?
Why would you want him in the B class, D class?
Give me a mic that works.
Oh, look at me. Ooh, I think they're in trouble.
You two got big boy pants on?
Walter's like, they claimed one. Yay. Walter's like, okay, the Guns. Boo. Sophie says, my mom is like D when it comes to TV shows. Oh, yeah? Chris says, Travis, you should check out
He
Impact.
just gave him a tag team title shot.
For the women.
The Acclaim's like, what the...
What?
He just gave him a title shot. The Acclaimed are in the ring like, wait, we didn't agree to that. I like to see him make that decision.
What was that all about?
Should he make that decision for us?
Right? Should this be happening?
Who cares? Let's get it on. Let's make it official.
Throw a chair. Somebody throw a chair. I need you to throw a chair.
Oh, no more of this, please.
So it says, my mom is like D when it comes to TV shows. Like what, Sophie? Are you assuming things about people again?
Like you.
Probably nothing like your mom. Chris says,
like you.
Travis, you should check out Impact, though. For the women, they have a girl over there by the name of Killer Kelly. She is fucking hot.
I'll have to check it.
Is she a girl or is she a woman? If she's a girl, no. I don't want Travis watching child pornography.
Oh my God, they don't have children wrestling.
I think they do.
They're so creepy.
The one that's the NXT champion right now is almost basically a child.
I don't even remember her name. Roxanne, is that one?
Yeah.
Roxy.
Yeah. Robbie says, D, I would come over Saturday, but it's not that easy. I don't know what the fucking problem is, Robbie. Just hop on a flight. Just skip work. It's fine. Robbie's like, yeah, why is DMD a baby face? Is she, though?
I don't think she is.
I don't know if she's really
she's the
a
heel
baby face.
in that, isn't she? I mean, isn't...
I don't know.
I guess they could do her as a... Does this take a shit?
Yeah. Sophie says, and who knows if they move SmackDown to a different network. It must be hard to be a wrestling watch-along channel and be different from every other YouTube channel that does the same thing.
Yeah, just...
It's my personality that makes it so much different, Sophie.
Who's he fighting? Anybody worth anything?
I don't know.
This is the problem with AEW right here.
Who is this person, and why are we watching it?
But why?
So weird. Jude says, I see Alberto Del Rio returning soon.
Oh, yeah? Brian Cage.
Is he going to get out of prison?
I don't think he's in
Oh, is
prison.
he not in prison? Is he
I
out?
don't know.
I thought he was in prison still. So he can rape some more people. It's good for him. Vindicator says SmackDown will move to Saturdays this week, Sophie. Make sure you show up in the chat. Then instead of Fridays, so set your timer. Rise like Billy Gunn needs a punch in the jaw. Why?
You don't like Billy Gunn?
Jude says, D, will you marry me? Sorry, I'm taken. Walter's like, Jungle Boy and Hook did great last week. Chris is like, women, LOL. Oh, are they, Chris? Are they women? Definitely women. Harley's like, happy early birthday, thanks. I will be here, guys. It's just next Wednesday. So if you show up on Wednesday, guess what? You can do it all for real times. Chris says, Sophie says, with so many streaming services, it's sometimes hard to find the right show or movie to watch. Chris says NXT is child's play, though, besides Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, Tiffany's on another level.
Vindicator's like, yeah, Travis, delete that gets weird sometimes, huh?
A little bit.
Chris says, here comes take a shit, man. And Robbie's laughing, crying, Jungle Boy is going to get bodied. Is that who's in this match?
No.
Oh. Who's he getting bodied by? What's happening?
I don't know. He was with Hook and they were wrestling. Who was it last week?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember those things. I choose not to. Anyways, Walter wants Brian Cage to win this one.
Walter is just on a different plane.
He's on a different planet.
Somebody
tonight.
hijacked his phone.
I think somebody hijacked Walter and took over his body.
He's liking all the heels tonight. Like, I've never heard this before.
I
also want Brian Cage.
Curl her hair like Jungle Boy. Oh, God. Yeah. So it's like this year's Super Bowl sounds like a bore fest.
Yeah, hopefully the commercials are good. Maybe there's some good movie releases coming out.
The commercials are going to be crappy because they're going to be the same as they have been for the last 4 years. Shit. They're not going to be funny. The halftime show is going to be garbage. Oh, God.
I don't know who Rihanna is.
It's Rihanna.
Sorry.
Say her name right, even. She's some lady who sings music.
I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. I don't know if that's her, but there's one, if it is, that I know.
I don't think that's her. Chris says, no, Del Rio isn't in prison. Oh, he's not in prison. Okay, that's good. Jude, D, I will take you to Nigeria. Oh, goody gumdrops. Nigeria.
They need to start doing boxing there again.
In Nigeria?
Yeah, they used to do boxing there, not when I was a kid, but before I was a kid. And then they stopped, and I just feel like they should go back there. The Rumble in the Jungle.
The Rumble in the Jungle. That sounds not correct.
It was Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. The Rumble in the Jungle, that's what it was called.
That sounds...
Everybody knows
that sounds like something that they wouldn't do nowadays due to the name and people. Weirdos.
It's fine.
Sophie's like, how sad that D doesn't have friends. You know, Sophie, you're the only one that's sad about that. Just saying. Chris says, here comes Dat Boy Prince Nana. Robbie says Paige had her fill of woods whilst eating booty holes. Gross. Now that I know what that reference means again, because I have to be reminded of that on a constant basis that they had a porn fest together. Do you getting takeout for your birthday? Probably not, Robbie.
Who's in the corner?
Who is it?
Oh, never mind. That's Brian Cage's guy.
Oh, his friend. Yeah. So it's like, I don't have that many friends. Me. Jude says Bash Ali is one of the greatest boxers in Nigeria.
That's cool.
Does he go after, like, other, like, titles and, like, big boxing, like, what are those called?
Sanctioning bodies?
That. Sanctioning bodies. Robbie says...
Is he a professional boxer that fights other professional boxers?
Robbie says, Rihanna is good. Yes, that was her you were singing. I told you before I went to 2 of her concerts. Of course you did. You know, her face is really weird.
It's because it got beat by Chris Brown.
Is that who beat her?
Yeah, I think they were married or something.
Was that her?
Yeah.
Huh.
This is like 20 years ago.
Oh.
Or whatever.
She just has this, like, really, really tiny face. It's, like, kind of creepy in a way.
I don't even really know what she looks like. I probably could spot her. But if they gave me, like, 3 pictures of people that were really close to her, I don't know.
Vindicator says, Travis, it's amazing how Cage and Takeshita are the same height. Cage is just a little thicker.
Yeah, you get a little thicker in the behind.
Sophie says, do you think Edge will be the world champ one last time?
No. Just not enough time. There's just not enough. With Roman being a champion for 3 years, there's just not enough time. And where he's been dual champions for over a year now, there's just not enough belts to go around to make it happen. Now, if they split the belts up and Roman goes away for a year, then possibly. Because they don't really have anybody else. They have Cody, but you don't want him to have both belts.
No. No, you just want him to be one winner.
But if there was time, then yeah. Because there's nobody else to do it. Because you can't put a title on, like, Sami Zayn, even though it's the hot thing right now to even talk about. It's because he's not a champion. He lost... You guys, just remember, if any time that you think in your head that he should win the championship, just remember less than a year ago, he lost to a mousetrap.
Sammy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So just because the bloodline made him popular doesn't mean he can carry a company on his own.
Right.
Now, while he's feuding with the bloodline, he's going to be super popular. So the tag team championships are fine. All that kind of stuff is fine. Kevin Owens can carry him around. It's fine. But once that all dies out, the bloodline stuff goes away and they put other people in that feud or split up the bloodline or do whatever they're going to do, Sammy's just going to be the guy that lost to a mousetrap. Got beat up by a midget.
Yes, it was.
Wee man.
That guy did it. Oh.
Layla Hirsch. What? You can't see that.
What? It was Layla the whole time?
We weren't sure if it was Layla at first, but then it ended up being Wee Man.
Ah. Sophie said that. Jude says, will you marry me for $1 million? You know, $1 million doesn't go very far anymore.
U.S.?
$1 million.
Are you a prince?
He's in Nigeria.
That's what I said.
Is somebody here?
I can't answer.
I locked the front door.
Oh, did you?
I did. I didn't know if you had a message.
I don't think so.
Oh.
No. Not cool enough.
Not cool enough. Naxos, what are you doing out there, buddy? You telling us there's somebody there? Is there a monster at the door? Chris says on NXT, Veer and Shanky, I mean, Sangha with gender should be on the main roster.
Yes. I hope they pulled the trigger on that one pretty soon, too. This match has been going on for over 8 minutes. Hopefully that's it.
Good for him.
What?
Takeshita, Takeshita is doing really good. Jude says yes. Sophie says, my mom doesn't like commercials or doesn't like waiting for a new episode to come. I don't really mind commercials if I'm watching regular TV. And as for new episodes, I don't really like binge watching things because, one, then I'm like, where did all my time go?
Yeah, the whole day goes by too quick.
Oh,
Brainbuster!
And so I don't mind if I have to wait for new episodes to come out a week later. And in that time, I usually forget that I'm even watching whatever it is I'm watching. So there's that. That's how much TV means to me sometimes. Very rarely do I go, you know what? I really want to watch this series. And I'll tell Travis that. Hey, I really want to watch this. And then he'll record it and I'll forget it even exists.
Right.
I won't watch it. I'll forget it exists. And
Brainbuster.
he'll like, hey, don't you remember you wanted to watch that? And I'll be like, I did. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's pretty good.
All the way up top. Here it
happens
comes.
all the time. Robbie says, treat yourself, don't beat yourself. But would you ever want to meet yourself? I did meet myself. I'm a nice fella. Are you having a stroke?
Oh, shit.
Why'd you make me read all of that? Did you have a stroke when you typed it?
Once when I was doing LSD, I met myself.
Did you? No. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm teasing, but...
Chris says on NXT, Jack reminds me of Terminator with his sunglasses.
Take a shit at one.
Of course he did.
That's what... There it is. The definition of the problem with AEW.
The definition of the stupidity of AEW's person who thinks he runs things, but he's a child.
Absolute definition of what's wrong with this company. It's heartbreaking is what that is.
Yeah. Anyways, Chris is like, Jack reminds me of Terminator with his sunglasses. He's like, I need your title and your push. I will take this company to the next level. You know what, Chris? That's too many words. The Terminator didn't say that many words. He said like, hasta la vista, baby.
Come with me if you want to live.
That one, too. That's it.
I'll be back.
That one also as well. Then there was no more. Sophie says,
are you Sarah Connor?
Sophie says some watch-along channels only have one person doing it. I know. So sad for them. Jude
literally have no friends. Just kidding.
No friends. Jude says, R-Truth was my idol growing up. I could see that. Chris says, that's why Sami Zayn should have won Money in the Bank. Oh, yeah? Sophie says, Chris Jericho thinks AEW Dynamite could beat Raw in 3 or 4 months in an interview.
I heard that. Come on, man.
He's really delusional right now, isn't he? Jude says, what's the update on R-Truth injury? I don't know.
No idea what's going on with our...
And it's hard because he's like in his 50s. And so it's like kind of something that you hope it's not too extensive.
We don't want to hear you talk.
I don't want to hear you talk. Look at his eyes.
I love it.
All
Yeah.
crazy eyes back there.
Who is this?
Ricky Starks.
Oh.
Sophie says, do you think Tiffany will get called up to the main roster this year?
Who is it?
Tiffany.
I don't think so. I think they'll give her a title run down there. I think she'll be the one that defeats that new champion.
Walter wanted Bryan to win, but he didn't win it. Takeshita won Walter, unfortunately. Jude says, my best wrestling match was Edge and Mick Foley at WrestleMania 22.
Ooh, Edge and Mick Foley.
Sophie says, hopefully the Super Bowl commercials won't be bad this year. They have a teaser that they might have a Breaking Bad commercial in there somewhere. So they're going to show you how to cook meth. Cool. Chris says, hey,
next.
Travis, you want me to ask Kai anything? I will go on her Twitch stream right now. Do you want him to ask Dakota Kai a question?
I don't have any.
Chris, I'd probably make it as inappropriate as possible. You could probably ask an innocent question and he would find a way to make it inappropriate. Be like, why do you look like a board?
Right.
Do you have
You
something?
could ask her if she was in AEW. What faction would she be in?
If she was in AEW, what faction would she go to?
Would she be a baddie?
Robbie says, D, I made you laugh. LOL, though. So he says, James Gunn announced the DC slate yesterday. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Oh, DC is a comic book thing.
DC Slate yesterday. James Gunn.
It's probably something to do with NXT.
Oh. Vindicator says Renee wearing her Valentine's Day dress pretty early tonight.
I saw that. Well, she'll probably be home alone.
Chris
It
says
is a Monday.
Daddy Magic time. Robbie, it's a Tuesday.
Never mind.
It's on a Tuesday.
She'll be working probably the dark show.
Robbie says, oh, friends, thumbs up, friends. Yes, thumbs up. Sophie says it looks like we could be Seth versus Logan Paul at Mania. It will be interesting what WWE television will look like with the fall of the bloodline. And will you sell this YouTube channel for $1 billion?
Yeah, I'd sell mine.
Somebody really wanted it for $1 billion.
Yeah, somebody offered
you go
Mr. Biggs or whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is, but something like that, Mr. Biggs or something.
Right.
They offered him $1 billion and he turned it down. But it was legit, like it was a company trying to buy it from him.
Huh.
But he can make that, so.
Right.
To him, it's not worth it.
We can't make $1 billion, so.
Well, we could. We just don't put enough time into it.
Hey, yeah, we put time into this instead. Oh, you meant like this as $1 billion? Yeah, no.
You could.
Eh.
It's possible.
Yeah, I just like real life so much better though. I like life.
Do this and quit your job.
No, I couldn't do it. It'd drive me crazy.
Well, you'd still get out and do stuff. You'd only be doing it for 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day. And then you'd have to do news and other things, interviews, travel.
Yeah, work. That's not time off. That's not doing. That's not just, that's, you have to, like you said, you have to put on all the work for it. And I don't care enough about it to want to do that. To me, it's a hobby, not a lifestyle.
First ever. Was that the worst ever right there? Are they, like, not trying? There's an AR Fox now, too. Oh, wait, I remember AR Fox.
Yeah, that's that one guy.
Austin Andretti and AR Fox. Shit's getting out of hand.
Vindicator says, so we've come to that point now where only 3 words can matter. 40-minute break. So he says we could binge watch episodes one day. We went through an entire season in a day. Yep.
Make them work. That's dumb.
They should do it. So it says commercials don't bother me. My mom also doesn't like the volume of certain things when we watch stuff. Travis doesn't. He makes comments about it all the time. The volume of certain things when we're watching stuff. If it's on regular TV, we'll be watching it. And if the commercials are louder than the show. Why is it so loud?
Well, usually it's because that's the only time I can talk. Oh, great. Here comes Daniel Bryan versus Timothy Thatcher.
Oh my God, wonder if this guy who's doing what he did, did it and ran over all those turtles.
I thought of that too.
He's like, oh my God, I'm saving. Oh, whoops. Oh, fuck.
Cut that out.
And his little, rake contraption, he's, got turtles in it and shit. Because, there are other, entities and things that live in the sand. I mean, I know he's kind of just scraping, the top part, but in all reality...
He's just touching the surface.
He's just touching the surface.
Don't know what lies beneath.
I feel like that's probably not the best plan, what he's doing in that commercial, so I will not be buying your guys' vehicles because of your commercial. Thank you.
Hey, as long as it's not electric, it's up on my list.
Sophie says, any update on Big E and Orton injuries? And we don't know that much about AJ Styles.
No, not that I've heard.
AJ Styles had a break, but his break wasn't that bad. So, in reality, we should probably see him back after his injury, 6 to 8 weeks after.
Yeah, 68 weeks. That's not too long. About 4 years.
6 or 8 weeks. There, is that better?
I like 68 weeks better. I'd be okay if he stayed away for 68 weeks. Be a great pop when he came back.
Right. Harley says, well, I guess it's time to go take a nap, break, poop.
Take a shitta.
Take a shitta.
Winner, chicken
not
dinner.
I don't know. Chris says, no fucking way. And when our Kai stream, she is on with all people, Mia fucking Yim, and no knees taken. I straight up laughed.
That's pretty funny.
Of course they are.
How many people are in there?
They got to help him out.
Is it on Twitch or is it on YouTube?
It's Twitch. He said earlier it was Twitch. Chris says, Tim Thatcher with Gunter music. Guys.
Yeah, kind of a little bit, wasn't it? Sounded like it. This is going to be an interesting match.
Sophie says, whenever there is a major injury in the WWE, keep it close to the breast.
Right, because they want the return to be a surprise. You got John Cena tearing his pec muscle or whatever it was, and he was back in weeks. And he had surgery. But he was bench pressing. I think it was like 305 or 315 or something.
Jesus.
Like 7 days later or after his surgery. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Sounds kind of dumb.
Yeah, he said, I'll do my own rehab, basically. And then he started just lifting. He's like, well, if it don't break here, then I can do this. If it don't break here, I'll do this. And he just pushed it. Plus, he's on steroids. So it changes.
Yeah, definitely. Chris says Thatcher versus Regal son Charlie Dempsey would be technical match.
Yeah.
And Harley says, and Travis is doing Are You Win a Prize, Travis?
What am I winning?
I don't know.
I want to win. What is it? Who motivates with money?
I don't know what's happening with Harley's message. I'm sorry. I don't really understand your message, Harley. Walter says Bryan Danielson for the win.
Yes. He has to win because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because if he loses, then he cannot wrestle MJF, and the whole buildup is so he can wrestle MJF.
Right.
So anybody they put in front of him, he's going to beat.
He wins, but we all lose in the process of having to sit through it. Yippee. I mean, it's so amazing. Walter. Use moves, Danielson. Watch that shoulder.
Yeah. Stay safe out there. After he got torn apart by freaking Cage last week.
Yeah, torn apart. Roar. So if it says some watch-along channels, they don't have the chat on the screen like you do. Chris says, D, what is your opinion of New Japan-style matches? Too long, pointless, dumb. Well, like if Omega and Punk had a New Japan match, it would probably be over 2 hours. Oh my God. How dumb is that?
It would be, too. It would be long.
What the fuck? Like, yeah, no. Absolutely not. Like, that just sounds horrible. And why would you make people sit through that?
I'm pretty sure Kenny Omega wrestled a blow-up doll for over 20 minutes. Just saying.
Well, I get that, but that probably wouldn't really take that much effort. It's a blow-up doll. But throwing a human around for two... Now here's the question I have for this, right? Do they not get breaks?
No.
They can't lay on the floor.
Oh,
They can't take naps. They can't fucking wrestle on the ground like dumb fucks are doing right now. They can't do any of that. They have to flip around, do fucking moves, suplexes, throw them around,
They would be
jump
too tired.
around, jump in and out of the ring. They have to 2 hours and do that.
It's indie
Then
wrestling,
like,
and so
it would
what
be
they
okay.
do is they do, I call it 3 moves and stop. Indie wrestling does 3 moves and stop. So move, 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 and then the crowd claps. Then they do move, move, move.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it. It's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, you don't see it in WWE, but you do see it every once in a while in AEW, especially when they bring people from the outside. Most just the wrestlers that are on there aren't doing it, but sometimes they'll bring in the foreign wrestlers from other companies, foreign as in not from AEW.
Right.
And you'll see it. Move, maybe move, stop. Move,
it's
move,
true.
stop.
I've seen
it. And then the crowd, they play along. In WWE, they don't play along. The crowd there's like, the fuck are you stopping for? Like,
right? Like, do your job. You're supposed to entertain me. As in, get out there and do it. Yeah. Not stop and wait for me to give you praise.
I don't mind.
This isn't a participation trophy, guys.
My thing is get the crowd involved, but do not get the crowd involved with your wrestling. Right? Get the crowd involved with your mouth, with your actions. Beat somebody up in the ring and then start yelling at the crowd.
Right? Like, if you're going to do your 3 moves, then start, beat him to a pulp in your 3 moves and then start yelling at the crowd. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do to all of you. Blah.
The crowd will react.
Oh, yeah.
And they usually will react however you ask them to. So if you start doing something like this, they're just going to get louder. If you do something like this, they're going to start booing you, If you tell them to boo you, they're going to boo you. If you tell them to like you, they're going to like you. And sometimes you can get so over as a heel that they cheer you. And that happens quite a bit.
It does happen quite a bit.
And then it's like, well, he gets cheered the whole time. And how do you have a bad guy? When the good guy comes out and they're getting booed because they love the heel so much. You have a problem. Yeah, and it happens quite a bit.
Well, Walter says Claudio versus Timothy should be a good match. Uppercuts.
Yeah, those European uppercuts should be fantastic.
Sophie says a lot of YouTubers give up their day jobs to become full-time YouTubers doing whatever they are doing.
Right, yeah, because there's a lot of money in it.
Chris says Punk and Joe went over 2 hours and the match was a draw.
That's terrible.
Ugh, that's just...
How long ago was that? Like in the early 2000s?
It'd have to be. Ramit is in the chat. Hey, Ramit, good to see you tonight. Says you both are greatest couple. God Almighty is always with you. Aw, well, thank you.
We appreciate you.
Sophie says, and sometimes we start a show. If we like it, we continue watching it. If we don't like it, we stop watching it and move on to a different show. Yeah.
That's the way to do it. We started watching one the other day, and it was terrible, but I can't remember the name of it.
Did not like it.
I can't remember the name of it. And I know a lot of people like the guy.
Something Gemstones.
But it was about like a preacher who makes millions and millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And his son. And he's in Tropic Thunder, the son. Big titties. Yeah. But I can't think of his name. He was also on Eastbound and Down.
Like, he's okay in some, like that one, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Haha, funny guy. Funny.
Yeah, and the other one
the
was
part
Will
fits
Ferrell.
him. It's fine, and it's hilarious.
The trailer park reject.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's hilarious.
Hey, I'm right here. Love that movie.
Yeah, I had to tell Corey, I'm like, I just don't think his character in this show is my cup of tea. I was like, no, if he wasn't the main person that it was about and what he was doing, I probably would give it a little more of a chance. But I was like, once I found out he was going to be the main, it's about him, I was like, yeah, no, I can't do it.
Right, just like that Eastbound and Down, I can't watch it. And it's just because of him. There's something about him that just doesn't work for me.
Right.
And I think I was just let down by Eastbound and Down because I thought it was a Smokey and the Bandit type movie where they would be doing runs.
Oh.
Because in Smokey and the Bandit, the fucking theme song is Eastbound and Down, loaded up and trucking.
Right.
We're going to do what they say can't be done.
Right. Yes, I know the song. But
right.
anyways.
But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's what I thought the show was going to be about, is a Burt Reynolds type character that's running loads back and forth. I was like, this could be good. And I'm like, this isn't what that is at all.
This is nothing like what they said. Nothing. Lies. Walter says AEW, great show. Wrestling.
This guy, I forgot. This guy reminds me of your dad. This Timothy Thatcher.
Oh, yeah.
It just reminds me of what your dad would have done when he was in his 40s and 50s. I'll tear you apart and rip your hands off.
But he has all of his teeth.
He's got implants, has he?
Who?
Your dad?
No, he has all of his real teeth. I mean, he has like, I think one that they replaced back here with an implant, like one or two in his like molars and stuff. But all of his teeth are his.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, all of his teeth are his own.
Well, either way, I'm sure this guy will have normal teeth when he's done with wrestling. He just sells tickets.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
Good. Actually, I think he has his teeth. I think
there's a tooth there. I think it's just chipped off.
Yeah, either that or it's just in there.
It might just be shorter.
Underdeveloped. Braces will fix it.
Yeah, braces will fix it.
Well, he can't do it while he has his career.
Sophie said, I don't get why the volume of shows, they are normal, but when it comes to commercials, they are loud.
Dude, I had a buddy that told me like 15 years ago the FCC was suing those companies for that reason. And it was going to be basically banned. And they still have it.
You know, and the thing of it is I thought that they had put through a thing that they couldn't do that. And
right.
Like a law or something that they couldn't do that. And they still do it.
Yeah, that's my buddy Gordon told me that in like 2007 or 8.
Yeah. But I mean, like they put a law through.
Yeah,
like
the FCC controls it. Like it's legit. Like you can get huge fines for it. Yet somehow it still happens.
Yeah. Ramit says, which wrestler you want for AEW better future?
Let me see. I mean, obviously I like the guys, but I like the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer. I like Brian Cage, Wardlow. I just wish that some of those guys would get a little bit of a push. I have to cheer for these old guys.
Get a better future.
Right.
Chris says, yep, that was in ROH in the Indies. Sophie says, I wonder, will AJ Styles be back in time so they have a feud for him heading into Mania?
Yes. If he's healthy enough, then yes. Or healthy close enough to 100%.
Mm-hmm. Harley says, I have a question to ask. Does pineapple belong on blank?
Pizza.
There's nothing after it, so.
Yeah, but it's pizza. And yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yours, but other people's, I like the taste of it.
Yuck. Gross.
It doesn't taste like pineapple.
I like grilled pineapple, but I don't like pineapple on my pizza.
Is it because it's juicy?
No, it's gross. It just tastes disgusting. It's MJF.
Oh, MJF coming down.
He's got his world ring stuff. He's got his ring. So is there only one ring and you win that ring?
Yeah, year after year after year.
Oh,
who this is? Oh, it's taking shit.
What the fuck is he doing out there? That's weird. No, this is a no. This is a complete no from me.
And what did I say was wrong with AEW? There we go. More
wrongness.
Get him, Thatcher. Break it.
So dumb. Ugh. Sophie says, do you guys have Hulu? If you do, what do you watch?
No.
We don't have Hulu. When I had Hulu, I was watching Bob's Burgers on it.
Shit's pretty funny.
It's a funny show. I wish somewhere else had it streaming, not just Hulu. Bastards. Ramit says, is any new news for Mercedes Moné? Indian subcontinent sources rumors AEW is like Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, I think she is just doing some Japan stuff. She keeps posting pictures on Twitter, and she's in Japan doing things.
Yeah. I think she's just part of New Japan right now, Ramit. I don't think that she is doing anything else. There were a lot of rumors of her coming to AEW, but in all reality, I think she'd probably want too much money, and it'd be kind of like cutting their hands off if they brought her to it. I don't think it would be positive for AEW, really.
It would work. Do it. Sign
her.
You
think?
Yeah, why not?
Are you trying to make him go completely sink into the ocean?
I think he'll be fine. It wouldn't hurt him. Mm. Daniel Bryant with the dub.
Sophie says, do you see Bryan actually beating MJF for the championship?
No.
No, he better not.
No.
Sophie says, imagine Punk versus Omega versus Bryan versus John Moxley in a New Japan match. It could be 4 hours. Yeah, no. I'm not going to imagine it because I don't care.
That would be terrible.
Ramit says when Mercedes Moné, a.k.a. Sasha Banks, could be part of AEW. Yeah.
I think she could be, and I think it would work. They would just have to do it correctly. Like, you would bring her in and kind of push her really hard, and then have her lose to, like, Jade Cargill.
Right. Chris says, yeah, indies have long matches, like one time a wrestler by the name of Chris Hero, a.k.a. you might know him from WWE by the name of Cassius Ohno.
Right.
Was in NXT and NXT UK, once wrestled 17 people.
That's
and
pretty
that
fun.
match also ended in a draw.
Yeah, those matches, I mean, obviously, when you have an indie show, you hire everybody, right? Like, so you have to hire them all out. Mm-hmm. So there's certain guys you give more money to, and then those guys you would have wrestle for an hour. Especially if you only have a budget of, you know, $200K or something with all the ticket sales.
Right. Right. A
MJ,
what match?
An eliminator match is what it sounded like. Yeah, Tony Khan's not the greatest booker. He should.
He's the champion, for fuck's sake.
Ric Flair
Not
wouldn't
a
have
toy.
done that.
Weirdo. Such a weird thing. Justin says, do you think Cody Rhodes has a chance of beating Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal Championship?
Yes. Cody's going to beat Roman. But to be honest, I think what I would do is, because they're building it up so big that Cody's going to win, is I'd have Roman beat him. And then Cody beat him at SummerSlam. Like, keep it going, and then he finally gets it. And that's what they would have done anyways if Cody wouldn't have been hurt, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think he would have lost several times.
Right.
And then finally culminated, and he would have won it at WrestleMania. But so he's going to win it at WrestleMania because it makes sense. But what I would have liked to do, yeah, it's not. They're not going to fight for a year.
No, I meant like which.
Oh, championship.
Championship.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
Probably
obviously,
the Raw one.
Yeah, I was going to say it would make more sense to have a red belt if it's Universal, or if it's the black belt, it's just the WCW or WWE belt.
Sophie says, Dirty Dango, a.k.a. Fandango, signed with Impact, so the chances of him and Breeze reuniting one day can't happen now. We don't know if Tyler Breeze is fully retired or if he's back with the WWE. There are some shows I tried once and something about them. I gave up watching them. I heard of that show you were talking about. Don't get the big deal. The Gemstones one? I don't know. Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Friday for SmackDown. Bye, Walter. Have a great night. I do have to say, though, if you guys are interested in watching a J-Lo movie, which I am not a fan of J-Lo or her acting abilities, but the Shotgun Wedding movie that she did with that Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, the guy that's married to Fergie, or was married to Fergie.
Yeah, that guy. Actually, was pretty good.
Shotgun Wedding on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so if you have Amazon Prime, it's on there. And it was actually pretty good. I was quite surprised. It was not...
I liked it.
I was like, I'll give it a chance here.
And speaking of butts, you do get to see her butt.
Right?
There's a butt scene.
Better than the last wedding one she did, that Marry Me.
Yeah, Marry Me.
That one was just kind of like,
yeah. And I love Owen Wilson, but she pulled him down.
Like, I know. It was so bad. I was like,
well, it was because of his type of acting he was trying to do is what it was.
It was so bad. I was like, dude, we know that you can be serious, but at the same time, you're goofy when you're that way. Like, you can be, like, a serious but goofy actor. But he's such a comedian actor that it's like, dude, you can't do these kind of things and expect him to go over well. Anyways, Ramit says you both are looking most adorable couple. Stay happy and healthy always. We all subscribers are a big fan of you both.
Aw,
thanks, Ramit. You're so sweet. Chris says have Roman beat Cody, but then have Cody beat Roman the next night on Raw after Mania.
I mean, you could.
So you want him to, like, fight twice?
Like, just back-to-back days.
And you want him to win on Raw?
So what
this
is the exact story I want to see.
Why would we have Cody win on Raw?
This is the exact story I want to see. Is Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber as the main event. Sami Zayn almost has Roman. Like, he has him beat. Jey Uso shows back up because Jay's already left the bloodline. He's and he fucks over Sami. Mm-hmm. Goes back into the bloodline because he realizes who his true family is. Mm-hmm. Screws over Sami, and then Kevin comes out, when the bloodline's there, and then blah, blah, blah. Anyways, now you got the Usos and KO and Sami in a match at WrestleMania. It just makes sense. Like, just go that route. And now the fans are mad at Jay and not Cody.
Right.
Because as of now, if Sami is as popular as the Bloodline's making him, what's going to end up happening is the fans are going to turn on Cody because they believe that Sami should have that shot. Mm-hmm. So put it all on, give him the shot, give him the title match, but have Jay screw him so it pushes that tag team match. Mm-hmm. And then now we got our tag team set up. We got our world championship set up. I had an argument with somebody on Twitter today. A small one, obviously, because I don't argue. But it was about that, about main eventing. Well, who's going to main event night one? I was like, it's not a fucking main event. Oh, there's two shows, so they're both have a main event. I was like, okay, so answer me an honest question, because now this is going to be my thing. Honest question. Will Roman Reigns fight on Saturday night and not Sunday night?
What'd they say?
And they said, no, he'll fight Sunday night.
That's Why? The main event, you dumb bastard.
Why? Just answer that question. Be honest. Why is he not fighting Saturday but not Sunday? Or on Saturday,
not Saturday
without
but
Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
No, opposite. Just why is he not fighting Saturday night without fighting it Sunday at all?
Right.
Like, because a lot of them will say, well, he'll fight both. No, not Sunday night, just Saturday night, and he's done. Well, because he would go on night two. Why? If it's not the main event, if Saturday night's a main event and Sunday night's a main event, then they're the same fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Bullshit. Because they're not. There's one main event at WrestleMania. And that is right there. That's your answer. Because the main guy is going to go on dead fucking last. Yeah. Because it's the main event.
Yep.
Just because you add a day or 2 or 3 or 4, it doesn't add main events.
No.
It just makes the show longer.
Yep.
Roosh. MJF paying him off.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what he said.
I heard money.
Whoa, he just called him names.
I think I heard a swear word.
Pendejes.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Is that gay?
Bitches.
Oh, bitches. Thought it was homo.
Well, it might be.
Yeah.
Pendejo.
Yeah, I think it's the F word, but
no,
for gays.
Pendejo?
Is it not? I don't know.
No, I think pendejo is just stupid. Pendejes.
Probably shouldn't be saying it just in case. I don't know.
It's not a bad. I mean, it can be considered a bad, but it's not a bad word. I need somebody to teach me all the bad swear words in Spanish. So he was like, Ozzy Osbourne also retired today.
Ozzy Osbourne retired in the 90s. Yeah. Like, to me, that is like the silliest thing I've ever heard of. Like, okay.
And?
Like, I get that Ozzy was... I love Ozzy Osbourne. Trust me, like, my whole life, everything was Ozzy Osbourne because of my older sister.
Right.
He was before my time. Mm-hmm. But my older sister had Ozzy for King, Ozzy for President. She had it, like, written on walls and on magazines.
Right.
That shit was everywhere in my house. So I grew up listening to Ozzy. I know all about Ozzy. But to say that he's retiring today is ridiculous.
Ramit says if Cody Rhodes beat Tribal Chief, then Tony Khan going to merge with WWE. Yeah. Sophie says with streaming services that have commercials, you also could run into that volume problem as well. Sophie says, does Apple belong on chicken?
Sure.
You know, I've seen apple and chicken salads before. Like, doesn't, like, Arby's do, like, a chicken apple pecan salad or something?
I don't know. There's Jade.
Ramit says Impact Wrestling is thrash. They destruct their roster. Moose, Rosemary, the beautiful people, Matt, Cardona, Mickey James, etc. Justin says, are you going to get tickets for WrestleMania?
No, not this year.
Sophie says, remember when Netflix was cool? Now it's like they have not that many hit shows or movies in the past few years. Ramit says, which WWE Impact wrestler do you want in AEW new signing?
It sounds like I want some of these women. I wouldn't mind that girl, what's her name? Jordan Gracie or whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind her in WWE. And how she looks right now, I mean, I don't know how Triple H wouldn't want her in there. For money, like $1 million type of money. She's changed her. That work right there that she's put in shows you that's like a college degree.
The dedication and
it just,
work she's put.
Look, that she cares nothing but the business.
Sophie says Netflix does have certain hit shows, but sometimes Netflix cancels shows out of nowhere. They could be one of the popular shows. Robbie says WrestleMania wrestler main must best be good, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think there's going to be quite a few matches. Triple H knows how to put on a pay-per-view. We've seen it numerous times since he's taken over.
Sophie says it sounds like The Rock might not show up to Mania this year. He might wrestle Roman at Mania 40.
I think he's going to show up. He's going to make an appearance.
Well, they are in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, he's making an appearance. Whether it has anything to do with Roman, we have no idea.
Ramit says Chelsea Green evicted in Royal Rumble 2023, only 1 second.
Yeah, she's got to be the shortest ever because it was Liv with 7 seconds. The shortest reign, and now it's definitely Chelsea Green.
Yep. Vindicator says, I'm back, and I don't understand why they force Danielson on Prime TV every single week. He's taking the spotlight from more deserving people like Cage, like Rush, like Claudio, like Ethan Page.
Right. I understand that, but I'm going to defend him for 2 seconds. He's in a feud with MJF for the title. And the whole point of it is that he has to win every week. And if he loses once, he can't fight for that title. And if he goes every week, then they'll do a 1-hour Iron Man match. If he can get through. And I thought it was next week, but I don't know when. Maybe it's in March now. I don't know.
Right. Vindicator says he's even on more than Starks, which is ridiculous. Right. Robbie's like a salad from a takeout. D living life on the edge. No glory like Lady Gaga. LOL. Robbie, I never said I ate that stuff. I said that Arby's has something like that. In fact, I think they put it on a sandwich. So it's like a chicken salad sandwich. And I don't eat it. It looks disgusting. So, no, thank you. Ramit says, I think today's Jade Cargill faction going to reunite.
You going to put them back together?
Sophie says, I haven't seen the Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson movie. It's called Marry Me. I mean, watch at your own risk. Vindicator says WWE only wants Barbie doll type women at this point, not powerful athletes.
Not true.
I don't think
we just saw Piper Niven.
Piper Niven came back.
And Nia Jax come back at the exact same night. And NXT is filled with women that don't look like Barbie dolls.
And Nikki Cross isn't really a Barbie doll.
Tegan Knox is kind of overweight.
Tegan Knox isn't a Barbie doll. Dakota Kai definitely isn't a Barbie doll. She looks like a 12-year-old stick-figured little boy.
Right, but she's still cute. But yeah, Io Sky
isn't a Barbie doll. Bailey isn't a Barbie doll. Let's see, how many more can we put out there that aren't Barbie dolls? Tamina's not a Barbie doll. I mean, we don't see her that much.
Right.
But in all reality, Becky isn't even a Barbie doll. Like, doesn't have really anything that would make her any curvy at all. I mean, she has a pretty face, but she doesn't have very many curves. Let's see who else we have that we see a lot of. Bianca Belair isn't a Barbie doll, especially when she put on all that work to be on that stuff, the bodybuilding stuff. Right. Definitely not a Barbie doll. That stuff is just.
She has no boobs.
But I mean, she's just not a Barbie doll. Like, she's just not shaped like that.
Right, Rhea Ripley.
I mean, if you want to,
Rhea Ripley's a Barbie doll. If you want to go that route.
If you want to say she looks like what a Barbie doll would look like if you put her in, like stuff like that.
Like a soldier.
I guess.
Like G.I. Jane.
To a certain degree. But I wouldn't consider what he's talking about what a Barbie
Jade
doll.
just gorilla pressed.
Right?
Look at her. She's gorilla pressing her.
That's funny. Go Jade. Well, she's so tiny.
Just don't drop her backwards.
Oh.
It's a lot of weight for a little girl.
That's funny.
Because Jade looks huge. If you stood next to her, she's not.
No.
Right? Like, she just looks big because she's on
She
TV.
looks big because she's so much bigger than those short girls.
Uh-huh.
Like, those other girls in there are probably only like 5'4". Like, in all reality.
Right.
Like, Red Velvet's probably only like 5'5" if she's lucky. And
Yeah, they should just have Brian Cage just stand next to her. Just to kind of show like a quick, you'd be like, oh, never mind.
yeah.
It's kind of like Charlotte. Charlotte looks like she's all big and,
Yeah.
She's not. She's tiny.
Sophie says, aren't the Usos banned from working in Canada because of their drug problems?
Right. Yes. Well, one of them is. Not both of them. We've seen Jade there before.
Yeah. Vindicator says, he was on every week before getting into with MJF. Basically, yeah. I know what Vindicator is saying and coming from.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Daniel Bryanson is on fucking AEW Dynamite every fucking week.
I'm done defending him. I'm just saying that's why it is today and tomorrow, Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, before. It's unnecessary for him to be there. Look at this. She would have won. Does the referee count?
I don't. Maybe she does out loud on. Maybe it's just something she does. I've never heard him do it before, but maybe she does it. Maybe it's just something Aubrey does.
That was interesting. Jade gonna pick her up a power bomber. Kira Hogan's out there, blue hair, looking like Sasha.
Chris is like, Kai is hot. She looks like a board. Her face is cute, but
I don't mind Dakota, so I don't like to talk a lot of mad shit about her, but she don't have many curves.
Sophie says they have plenty of time to decide what matches will happen on both nights. Robbie says, Tegan Knox, get yourself some new knees. Chris says, Shotzi. Vindicator says, those you mentioned are not powerful athletes like Jordan Grace.
No, she needs to be up. Trust me, I've already said it. Like, I feel like she would be primed if she came in.
Like, you're talking about a powerful athlete. Are you talking like a gym rat is a powerful athlete? Like, I don't know if I consider a gym rat a powerful athlete, okay?
Well, they can be.
Gymnasts who bounce around and do flips are powerful athletes. There's a lot of women that are probably on the roster that are powerful athletes that aren't Barbie doll types. Like, in a way, what do you call... Figure skaters are powerful athletes.
There's a lot of different types of powerful athletes.
What do they have to look like? If they all have to look like Jordan Grace in order to be considered a powerful athlete, then we have a problem. Because there are powerful athletes of women in many sports that look nothing like that. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. There are some girls that play fucking tennis that can smack a ball going however 100 miles an hour or more across a fucking
probably 130,
thing.
Yeah.
That's a powerful athlete. And I'm not talking about her size. I'm talking about their little tiny girls that I've watched in tennis do that shit.
You've also got Serena, who's a powerful athlete.
She's a powerful athlete. Yes, she is. She's just built a little different.
Oh, she got her baby girl.
Aw, our daughter. Good for her.
I'm good. She wanted her help. She's like, no, I'm good.
But,
But yeah, Jordan is probably a powerful athlete. Bianca Belair is definitely a powerful athlete.
Yes.
Tiffany Stratton is a powerful athlete. That Coco or whatever her name is, that girl, that low.
That one, the one that does that stuff. Nikita Lyons was a powerful athlete. Mm-hmm. She doesn't look like a Barbie doll type to me.
She looks just like a Barbie to me, but
well,
a little thicker.
I mean, she's just thicker as all. When I think Barbie doll types, I think more like Carmella and stuff like that. Bubblegummy, very, curved, have curves. They look,
like Charlotte when she had her big boobs.
Yes. that kind of a look of not, Barbie doll type instead of if you want to go that route of not a powerful looking athlete. I mean, I just feel like if you're going to state powerful athlete, it's hard to say that because of just seeing softball players. I've seen women softball players pitch 100-mile-an-hour softball and can pitch a faster pitch than some of your major league baseball pitchers. I mean, powerful athlete, and they're not Barbie dolls. There's just that line that I'm like going, what do you really, if that is your standard of what a powerful athlete in wrestling has to look like, then we have a problem.
I just think she would look good in WWE.
She would. I'm not saying she wouldn't be a good addition to WWE. I'm just saying, like, you're stating that she would be the only powerful athlete because now none of the other ones are powerful athletes because they all look like Barbie dolls. But they don't. That's the problem. They don't. They don't all look like that. And you have powerful athletes. These girls that get up there and jump around and flip off stuff and throw themselves through tables and stuff like that still is a powerful athlete, even if she doesn't go to the gym and live there for 10 hours a day. Sorry. But that's just how I'm looking at it.
She needs to move into the gym above it.
Probably should just live there. Robbie's like, D isn't a Barbie doll. Probably not. Sophie says about Charlotte versus Rhea, well, that main event, night 1 of Mania, if Roman doesn't wrestle on night 1.
It's not a main event.
Yeah. It's just the end of the show for night 1.
I can't reiterate it more than that.
There's no main events on night 1.
The reason it's not a main event is the same reason you asked if it would be night 1. Because Roman's doing night 2.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a main event. Yes, they will end the show on Saturday, depending on the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn bloodline storyline.
Right.
Because that might be the end of day 1.
Yeah. Robbie, Rhea, LOL laughing. Chris is like, Tiffany Stratton is a Barbie doll. There you go. Yeah. There's a Barbie doll for you.
Barbie doll, explosive athlete. Into one. She's what we call a hybrid.
Harley says, what about Bliss? Bliss used to be.
Bliss used to be a powerful athlete, and
now she's just a weird doll.
Eating disorder or whatever she's got wrong with her.
Whatever is going on with her health is not a good thing. Like, whatever it is, whether it's something she's always had to deal with or if something else is in the background happening or
somebody asked me
whatever
if I could cut 8 women from the roster, who would it be? And she was the top of my list. I would cut her, and I loved that person.
I know, she was amazing.
But she's just dead weight.
Her change, just over the last probably 3 years is drastically crazy.
Oh yeah, her body is
her body
different.
has changed so much. It's so creepy.
And her athleticism went with it. It's not like she just got thinner and something.
Right.
She lost all of her muscle, and she lost all of her explosiveness, and she lost her ability to wrestle. Mm-hmm. And with her character being handcuffed, she can't even manage. She can't even use her words anymore.
Yep.
So therefore, she has zero worth in wrestling. So she would be on my cutting block with me, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, or Io Sky.
Right.
I just get rid of them.
Right.
Tegan Knox.
Right.
I can't remember my list, but it was pretty... Because it was like, well, if you had to cut 8. And I'm like, I can name you fucking 6 right out without even sweating.
Sophie says, which AEW and Impact star do you want to sign with the WWE? I think we already went over that. Basically, Jordan Grace is probably where they're going with that one.
I mean, I would like Grace, but the Moose?
Moose would be a good one, too. Sophie says, remember when Tom Brady retired last year? That didn't stick that long. Chris says, LO, DMD, and Ruby. Sophie says, Nia Jax's return now is confusing if she is back full-time since we haven't seen her back on WWE TV after Saturday. Probably not. It was probably a one-time thing, Sophie. Sophie also says it will be interesting to see who Bianca faces at Mania. Maybe we'll see her versus Rhea at SummerSlam.
No, I think they'll both be champions, so I don't think we're going to see that at SummerSlam.
Chris says DMD needs a white Christmas. Gross. And Vindicator's like, power comes in many forms is what D is saying. Yes.
Yes. And especially explosiveness.
Explosive, powerful athletes of women. All kinds of different forms. You cannot put it in a box and say that they're a powerful athlete if they look like Jordan Grace, and that's your only criteria. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know how big... I've never watched her wrestle, so I don't know how good of an athlete she is.
Right.
Because just because you move weights, that's a very controlled movement of your muscles.
Yep.
And it's very, very robotic. Mm-hmm. So if she moves like a young Charlotte Flair, then... no things. But
yeah, exactly.
But she has the look, and I don't know if she can cut promos either, but she's got the look. So she's got 40%. So I feel like you can build off 40% to get to 60% really quick.
Yes. Because there's other things you could kind of do to kind of take, do for fixing some of the other stuff. Right. Hard work in the ring and stuff, like maybe more different dedication.
Right.
Because
I'm not even
I don't even know. I feel like people who you see from Impact are kind of lackluster when it comes to like their actual form and what they do in the ring and stuff. So compared to what you see in WWE most of the time, there are those that are just so pathetic and horrible at it that you never want to see them because they don't improve. Whoa. And they're so bad that it's horrible.
Darby the House Elf just attacks him immediately.
Good for him.
Joe's reeling.
Get him. That's what you got to do with those big guys. Just got to get after him right away.
Well, yeah, but why would you use high-risk maneuvers like that? I mean, that's not high risk because you're just running, but why would you run 30 feet away from the wrestler to run at him?
I don't know, because Darby.
I have noticed another thing about wrestling because I've been watching this old wrestling. The rings are way bigger nowadays.
Oh,
the rings used to be way smaller than this.
That's funny.
And I'm looking at this ring going, what is this, like 24 feet?
Harley says, have you found the new Dr. Pepper flavor yet? I did.
Did you?
I actually did. I found it. I found it at Albertsons the other day.
Did you throw one down?
I got two because if you bought two, they were like 50,
cheaper,
so they were like $1.50 a piece instead of $2.
Was it your favorite?
No, it was not. It was actually kind of gross.
Oh.
As in gross, as in it had no flavor. It wasn't
so as flavorful as you
weird.
thought it would be.
I expected it to have like a pretty strong, like Dr. Pepper has a pretty strong flavor.
Yeah, birds.
And stuff, like, it's not the carbonation burn so much, it's the actual flavor of it.
Yeah, there's a red flavor in there. I don't know what it is, but it tastes red.
Yeah. And so...
Darby just hit him with a table.
Darby hit the table to hit him. Oh, yeah. God, he made him bleed. Nice. That's funny.
Holy sheep shit. Holy sheep shit.
He might actually be kind of hurt. That's funny.
No.
He got him right here with the edge of the table. The metal edge of the table got him. So, anyways, but yeah, so it doesn't have a very heavy strawberry and cream like flavor.
Oh, Darby.
It's...
Oh, shit. He landed on his feet.
So he had to pretend he hurt his back. Like, that's funny. That's hilarious. Because he's so small.
Tripped over the stairs, flipped over him, onto the barricade, over it, onto his feet, and
funny.
then he crumbled because he's like, I landed on my feet.
He's like, oops, I'm supposed to be broken. My back.
Oh, I see what you're saying, that frame of the table.
Yeah, the frame of the metal frame of the table
split him
got
open.
him. Yeah, that's what hit him. I was like, holy shit, I'm not sure that was supposed to happen. I could see the edge of like the wood part of the table like hitting him, but it was the frame part of the table that hit him, and then it
all the way up the stairs.
The cameraman
could literally have hepatitis C everywhere.
Hepatitis C. Don't lick your hands.
There's the devil.
Vindicator says Bayley power comes more from manipulation of convenient resources that she calls damage control. LOL. Bayley's power is actually Bayley can wrestle. Like, she makes really bad wrestlers look good.
Very good.
And then you think they're good, and then you see him without being in there with her, and it's bad.
Is he okay?
Is he dead?
I think even Joe thinks he hurt him. He went to toss him over the rail, and it just caught him, and so when he threw him, his head just went right into the steps. Not
surprising.
That was brutal.
Huh.
This is 10, 20 seconds behind.
Oh.
But.
Anyways, Piccola's in the chat. Hey, Piccola! Nice to see you tonight.
Here. Watch when he throws him over. It's right here, I think. You'll see how he hits.
That guy right there, that's hilarious. I didn't see his head hit anything.
Well, you didn't see it, but his head had to have hit. There was nothing else.
Oh. Anyways, Chris says, I watched Raw in 2017 just for Bliss.
Yeah, no, she was worth it. She was one of the hottest things on TV, and I don't mean like pretty or any of that stuff. I'm just talking about
Hi,
hot
buddy.
as in popularity.
What you doing? Did you come say hi? Did you wake up from your naps?
Like that could be like Jade Cargill's Achilles heel also, is that she's so shredded she has to stay that way her whole career.
Yeah.
Like where Bianca doesn't have to stay shredded.
Yeah, because she wasn't shredded when she first kind of was there. She was kind of a little bit soft,
Is
but
that
she was
slap
still in
shit
shape.
on tonight?
I don't know.
Oh my god, that shit's great.
You're funny.
Every single one's a knockout.
Sophie says Ricky Starks was backstage at the Rumble. Yep, we heard that. Chris says Chelsea Green, Barbie doll. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Sophie says, what would be the weirdest food combo?
I think anything with cereal. Like meat and cereal. And I'm talking about cereal with milk, like
right? Like you're eating your
Lucky
Cheerios
Charms or whatever. And
having a hunk of steak.
Having meat in there.
With it inside of it?
Yeah, like in there.
At the same time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
So anything with cereal, to me, is off limits, except for like fruit. And you can't even put fruit in some cereals, like Lucky Charms or marshmallow cereal. You can't put fruit in there.
Right?
When I was a kid, my mom would buy cereals, because I love cereals with marshmallows in it. So then she'd buy me just marshmallows. You ever seen these? It's a whole bag of just the marshmallows that are in cereal.
Yeah, I've seen them.
And then I would just pour that into a bowl and eat that.
Oh my fucking god, no wonder your teeth rot. Like, no wonder I have to get fillings. Jeez.
Yeah, not because I drink 12 Cokes a day.
Plus the sugar cereal.
My dad used to be like, you're going to have diabetes by the time you're 20. And I always thought I would. Like, I'm still kind of nervous to get diabetes. If I eat fruit now, I'm like, am I going to get diabetes from this?
No. You're so weird. Diabetes. Vindicator says Joe only has 2 losses in AEW, but then again, he doesn't wrestle that much. Sophie says Charlotte versus Rhea. Hopefully they treat the feud better than the last time they feuded 3 years ago. Picola says
I don't care as long as Charlotte wins.
Right?
They can do whatever they want. But I have a feeling Rhea's going to win, and it's just going to upset me.
Picola says old time wrestling, you could hear the mat move when people were moving.
Oh, yeah.
Sophie says, are there any big pay-per-views happening in March this year?
Yes.
AEW.
AEW has one on the 5th. Revolution.
Picola's like, I just seen the table knock the camera, dude.
Yeah.
Picola says licking palms to be hardcore, right? Sophie says I miss having Mania one night. Me too.
Me too. Although, let's be honest, would you rather sit in one place for 7 hours or in 2 places for 4 hours each?
One place for 7 hours, because then I know for sure that it's over and I don't have to sit through it again the next time.
I don't mind having it 2 days. Last year, night 1 was better. Mm-hmm. I honestly liked it better. It seemed more exciting. But night 2 had, the main event. I don't even remember what the main event was.
I don't remember. Hassan says, well, I like your PC computers too. Well, thanks, Hassan.
Yeah,
Sophie says Nia Jax does have new t-shirt in the WWE shop that came out after she came back. Pickle says, Russell Talk Gang love a peanut butter and pickle sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I could. Well,
Pickle's like, I won't dare try it. I've heard people do that kind of stuff. And they grill it, which is even weirder.
That might be better.
A grilled
I could probably handle
peanut
that.
butter and pickle sandwich.
But on just normal bread, I don't know if I could handle it because the pickles would be too wet.
Well, you'd probably dry them. So you'd take them out and then you'd probably pat them dry like on paper towels and then put it on there. Well, of course they're still wet.
But if you cook them, then they're not as wet.
Well, they'd still be wet because they'd be in the sandwich. Hassan says, well, guys, tomorrow afternoon it's Groundhog Day on the New Year. It sure is.
Yeah, I'll be watching the movie.
How much longer our winter's going to be.
6 weeks.
Chris says, Sonya Deville, imagine UK crowd. They would sing Cruella Deville's song if she faced Charlotte in the UK. But hopefully that match will be good on Friday.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Chris was like, night 1. Pico's like, you don't remember Austin versus KO. Was that the main event?
Oh, that was...
or was that
night 1 main event, right?
And not a main event.
And then Vince came out and wrestled him.
Yeah, the last thing.
Night 1.
Night 1 show. The end of the show.
Yeah, because Vince ended up wrestling him at the end. I was talking about night 2, like the main event. I just don't know what it was. I mean, it was Roman and somebody.
Right.
Wasn't Drew.
I don't know. Hassan says, well, you guys are welcome anytime. Sophie says, now you know why that flavor hasn't been around since, 20 years ago?
Right.
Maybe. Vindicator says, all right, Dalitha and Travis, I will see you on Friday. That is if you two big-time superstar chat streamers don't get too big and busy for us little people. Until then, take care and tell Leopold to never stop grooming. Female cats are on the lookout for him. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Vin.
We'll
see you on Friday.
Got 8 minutes. A little less than 8 minutes.
Pet him so hard, all his fur came off. Gross.
I need to brush the dog still.
Yeah. Try to brush her cat.
It's February, and this is where I'm at my lowest, And I know it is happening. It's normal.
Right.
So it's like, I just got to get through because the sun's going to come out again in a week and a half. And then it's going to be spring. And
yeah. You should be a little more excited so I don't have such a crappy birthday. Because you're all like, meh.
You're going to play video games all day.
So it says Charlotte versus Sonya on SmackDown this week, so they kind of spoiled who is going to win that match with the confirmed Mania match.
Well, you knew it anyways, that Sonya didn't have a chance, but I understand what you're saying.
Not necessarily. I mean, in all reality, just because she says Charlotte, she just says Charlotte because Charlotte has that particular, belt right now.
The SmackDown Women's.
So she could just say, well, I'm going to get that SmackDown Women's Championship. Picola says, that was Roman and Brock, right?
Was it Brock again last year?
Wasn't it that one with the tractor?
Yeah, I think it was the tractor one.
I think Picola hit it right on there with his info. Hassan says, well, I hope you're feeling good for your TBS cable. Totally.
Woo!
The TBS cable right now. So it was like WWE 2K dropped the gameplay trailer for the new game today.
Awesome.
They did. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I saw the double ring cell match.
Double ring
War game.
War games. Chris says Sonya could lose, then win an elimination chamber. Tractor was SummerSlam. Oh, it was SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
it was when. That's what I was thinking. It was when Ayla was here.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Iced tea and cereal. About iced tea and cereal. Oh,
ew.
Gross.
Yeah, anything that's like that in milk just doesn't work. Uh-oh. Darby. Does it have spikes?
Oh, he has thumbtacks on his hoodie.
He's getting stabbed.
He's trying to get it on, but he can't because the sleeves are all stupid. He can't. He's struggling with sleeves. He's like, sleeves are hard. Sleeves are hard.
He just had to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and he missed.
Justin says, what's your favorite cereal?
I haven't had cereal in years at this point. But in my day, when I ate cereal, I like Captain Crunch. Peanut butter Captain Crunch, probably my favorite.
Fruity Pebbles.
Nothing wrong with Fruity Pebbles. The problem with Fruity Pebbles is the boxes were too small.
Mm-hmm.
And I could eat the whole fucking thing at one sitting.
Yeah. Yeah. He's cutting all the cables.
Yeah, he's going to bear the wood.
Ooh, bear that wood.
He's got a prison shit. Why didn't he just stab it?
My fave cereal is Frosted Flakes. He's flipped out.
It's like $70 in rope.
Shouldn't it be counted out by now?
The referee's out there with him.
Oh, is this not a disqualification match or something?
Well, they were fighting up the stairs and stuff, so maybe not.
Chris says Bray should make Pitch Black match his own, like Taker match is Hell in a Cell. Triple H match is Elimination Chamber.
You liked it that much? I know a lot of people didn't like it. Is he taking the whole thing apart?
I guess.
You know, there's strings that all you have to do is pull. See how they have them tied?
Yes.
If you just grabbed and pulled those, they would pop off. You can see how the knots are.
Mm-hmm. He likes to waste rope. It's fine.
He's like trying to hurt. There's a big cable. Is he just pulling the whole pad out?
Oh, jeez. This is so weird.
Yeah, these rings are awesome because there's nothing to them once you get them apart like that.
Right.
Like, you see what I mean? Like, if you just built one, it would just be a quick little cage, and then you have wood on top. Wooden planks.
Right. That bounce around.
Not too bouncy.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, shit.
Pickle's like,
Nobody's
please, no.
home.
Sophie says, is there a UFC pay-per-view coming up?
Yes, on the 11th, the day before the Super Bowl. So you got UFC and then the Super Bowl back-to-back days.
Harley says the main event of WrestleMania last year, it was Brock versus Roman Reigns to unify.
And it's in Perth, which is in Australia, if you didn't know. Oh, no, he just went through the thumbtack vest. Now he's going to get choked with it.
Here, Harley said the main event of WrestleMania last year was Brock versus Roman Reigns to unify.
Oh, well, there you go.
So he says, I kind of feel bad for the people that brought Mania tickets, but only for one night out of two. I think that if you're going to buy tickets, it should just be for both nights. I think that the tickets should be both nights. I don't think they should be selling tickets that you want to go one night or two night. No, I'm going to WrestleMania. That means if I buy a ticket for WrestleMania, then I'm going to both of the nights because that should be included in the ticket. Because that's what WrestleMania is. So if they're doing it that way, that's bullshit. And they're swindling people.
Extra money. And then they talk about more revenue. We got more revenue. It's like, well, of course you do. You're charging people more money and you're fucking
showing the same
doing
shit.
It twice.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's over if he hits this. His muscle buster. It's over. New champ. Look at Joe's hurt. New champion. Just Joe wins.
Did you get your toenails clipped?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, huh?
So yesterday.
Okay.
What a damn match. What is it?
I don't know. What is it?
Is it Wardlow? It is Wardlow. Wardlow's back. Maybe
cut off his hair.
Yeah. Well, he got it cut, remember? Somebody cut it off with scissors.
Yeah. I thought it was Joe did it. I thought somebody,
I
thought it was him, but maybe it was somebody else.
He probably had something to do, so maybe he dropped the title for that reason.
Maybe.
They don't know how to book. And so it screws them.
Yeah, very strange. Piccolo says that should be the same like music festivals. You pay for a package deal for the entire weekend, right? Like, I don't know how it is, right, Piccolo? Because I don't go looking for WrestleMania tickets, so I could say, "Oh, that's what they did," or whatever. But I would say the same thing, like that. If the ticket should just include both nights because that's what you're buying.
Right.
It's WrestleMania.
Well, they usually they probably throw in Raw too, and SmackDown.
Right. Piccolo's like, ibuprofen for all the contenders. Sophie says, 2-night manias. I kind of understand why they did it 3 years ago, but now it doesn't make sense. Pico's like back again. Chris says, what, Joe, new champ? Yeah, Chris, he became the champ. Harley says, love you guys. This channel is awesome. Thanks, Harley. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Pico says, looks like Karrion Kross's cousin. A little bit, doesn't he? With his hair all cut off. He looks a lot better. I didn't really like his weird little ponytail thing he had on top of his head. It was so weird. Chris says Wardlow looking like Mason Ryan. I don't know who that is. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for AEW Dynamite on this Wednesday, February 1st. We're going to be back on Friday for SmackDown. We'll see some more fallout from what happened over the pay-per-view weekend of Royal Rumble.
How's that going to turn out?
Yeah, some Sami Zayn stuff, some Kevin Owens things maybe. Who knows what else we'll see. But thanks again, guys. We'll definitely see you then. Have a great rest of your night and a good rest of your week.
All right. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.